Twin Stars Never Meet, a novel by VMS. Prologue. The city of dreams never sleeps. Its lights shimmer like restless souls in search of meaning, stars in their own right, glowing, fading, colliding, yet never truly meeting. Among those stars were two, Shalini and Ajit. The screen was their universe, the camera their sun. Every time the director shouted action, they became what destiny would never let them to be in their real life. The first chapter it is about the dawn of a star. From the very first day she stepped into first film set, Shalini was destined to belong to light. Her mother Vasundhara had been her compass, a single mother theatre artist and an invisible architect behind her daughter's luminous rise. Shalini was not born into privilege, but her poise, discipline, unshakable grace made her unforgettable. Men adored her, women envied her, and girls copied her walk, her hairdo, even her silences. Your face must not only act, her mother had said, it must feel for the audience. And so she did. Every role, every tear, every smile carried the weight of a woman who had seen struggle yet smiled through it. The man behind the calm, Ajit, was different. A man of few words, he carried an aura of quiet intensity. His rise in the industry was meteoric, a mechanic's son who turned into a poster boy of dreams. When Shalini met him for the first time during their first film, she saw not just a co-star, but a man who spoke a language her soul seemed to understand without words. Their chemistry was organic, unmanufactured, like moonlight meeting water. The audience loved them together. Producers made sure they were cast side by side again and again, it behind every romantic gaze and cinematic embrace. They lingered an unspoken truth. They were twin stars drawn by gravity but separated by fate. The world watches. 5 years, 10 films, from romantic comedies to tragedies. They lived entire lives on screen. Married, separated, reunited, lost, reborn, all while remaining strangers in reality. The tabloids called them the golden pair. Fans wrote letters saying their chemistry healed heartbreaks, inspired love, and made life feel more beautiful. But beneath the applause, Shalini often felt hollow. Between takes, Ajit would quietly hand her a water bottle, ensure she had shade in the harsh sun, or silently call the makeup artist to touch up her fading lipstick. He never said, I care. He never needed to. The turning point one day during the shoot of the movie called Warnaville, a romantic drama filmed in the misty hills of Ooty, a soft drizzle blurred the horizon. Their scene requires a near lip lock kiss, one that the director called the soul of the movie. When the camera rolled, time stood still. It wasn't acting anymore, it was truth disguised as performance. When the director yelled cut, Shalini stepped back trembling. Ajit simply smiled, a faint, knowing smile that said everything words could not. And that was the night she realized love in its purest form does not always ask for fulfillment, sometimes it thrives in restraint. The marriage that changed everything, the announcement came as a surprise. Shalini married director Arjun Paul. Arjun was successful, ambitious, and loved her deeply. He adored her artistry and intelligence, showered her with gifts, and built her a mansion beside his adjacent to Ajit's own bungalow with his actress wife Hira. The irony of destiny did not escape anyone. The two superstars, once cinematic lovers, were now neighbors in real life. Their worlds coexisted parallel yet never touching. As film festivals, they exchanged polite smiles. At award functions, they applauded each other's wins from across the aisles. Sometimes, when both couples had entered the same industry together, their eyes met just for a second long enough to remember everything and forget again. The silent born in an industry built on pretense, their silence was the only truth. When Ajit's father fell ill, Shalini sent medicines quietly through her assistant. When Shalini's mother passed away, Ajit was the last person to leave the funeral, standing far behind, unnoticed as her tears soaked into the earth. Neither of them ever crossed the line of propriety. Neither of them ever confessed what was obvious to all. And yet, whenever they acted together, the camera captured something eternal, a tenderness born of love that could never be lived. The karmic cycle between them. Years passed, Arjun turned producer while Shalini withdrew from films after her marriage. They lived separate lives, raised children, attended the same charity events and film award nights. Once at a film retrospective honoring their decade long on screen partnership, the audience clapped for minutes as clips of their films rolled on a large screen. When the lights came on, both smiled, eyes glistening, lips trembling. "Do you miss it?" he whispered. "Every day." She smiled, and then they smiled again, actors till the end. Stars never fade. On a misty Bangalore evening, Shalini stood at her window watching the twin bungalows gleam under the moonlight. From his balcony, Ajit too gazed at the same sky. They had lived entire lifestyles near each other, shared walls, memories, and the same skyline. It had never truly met. Perhaps that was the meaning of their connection. Twin stars, brilliant, constant, close enough to touch, yet destined to orbit separately. I repeat, twin stars, brilliant, constant, close enough to touch, yet destined to orbit separately. Love, she thought, does not always need possession. Sometimes it is enough to simply exist in the same sky. The epilogue years later, when film historians spoke of their legacy, they said they were magic on screen, not because they were together, but because they were not. Their love became myth, their films immortal, their silences eternal, their souls who had once met under studio lights and clasp, they continue to glow across galaxies, twin stars that never meet. The end.